everyone, welcome to another episode of PhDyer, and day like 3 of sleep deprivation. So, Pop-Up took a fall, what was it, last night or the night before? Last night. It wasn't like a, well, I guess every fall is serious, but he rolled out of the bed because he didn't have his bed rails set up yet. But he wasn't hurt or anything, but it just made it so we couldn't sleep all night because we were worried. So we pushed like the chair up against the, like the back of the chair up against the bed. So that kind of helped. We were still up all night with the baby monitor. I don't know if you can see, there's like a baby monitor right over there. So I've just been up for like 3 days trying to listen. But I got my dad to order the bed rails and a bed alarm. So now I'll only have to get up when the alarm sounds. Because I've actually been up for like 3 days. I'm like actually sick from trying to stay awake. And then when I do get rest, it's like broken rest because I worry and then I can't sleep or I hear something. And I get up and he's not really calling out to go to the bathroom and he's trying to get up himself. So it's just like a guessing game. I have to just keep going in the other room and checking every time I hear something on the baby monitor. And it's actually not that great. You only hear like a little bit of a rustle. He's really quiet, surprisingly. But this week's been tiring on that front, but it's still been exciting because it was my birthday. It's my last year of my 20s. So I'm 29 now. I'm living at my parents' house. I know it's funny. God laughs at plans, right? But I'm so glad I'm here because I get to help. And so we had our birthday dinner.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Andrea.
Happy birthday to you. Now make a wish.
All right, you ready?
Ready? Go, Andrea. There we go. Yay.
Yay.
dyeing because I had a lot of orders. I filled those and I still have a couple more I'm working on that are going to go out in the next few days. So Christy Glass featured me and Samantha because it was a gnome charm that went with gnome kisses on my slub base. And I think that might have helped with a couple orders that I got this week from brand new people as well as two repeat customers, which I was pretty excited about. And I was also featured in Dyer Supplier's highlight reel, which I'll do again probably each month.
Juju?
So,
Juju.
what happened?
He's down here now.
So my dog lays in the middle of the hallway and could potentially trip Pop up. So we're constantly trying to get him out of the hallway. She's putting him to bed with Daddy. Oh, and he's trying to eat the cat food, of course. So I started the Half Moon Tea. Remember I said I was going to do it in the Northern Lights colorway with black as the half moons and the other embellishments that she has for the color work. So I started that, and I officially have, it's a top-down sweater or t-shirt. So I have my little neck region coming up here, the little cuff. And I'm going to move into the yoke in about, I think, a half an inch. So probably try to get some of the yoke done. That way I have it for you on Sunday. The whip that was driving me insane was that sheer V sweater, which Mommy had to help me cast on, but it is officially casted on after like several attempts. And then Mommy did it for me. So that's in that mother of pearl colorway. And I'm really happy I stuck with it because they have an option for you to go to a long tail cast on, but I really wanted to see what the tubular cast on looked like. And look, it just looks like it literally comes from nothing. But I'm really concerned about it because this is actually a bottom up sweater and this is like the waist. But it has extreme stretch and I think it's going to be built upon, so I think it'll be fine. Because when I did the gauge for the sweater, I actually, what I calculated was that I was going to have like 2 inches or so extra, like it would be too large. So I'm kind of curious why it looks so small. But I made the extra small with the bigger needles because I thought that would give me the extra small that I wanted because it was like 2 inches larger for the gauge. But I might regret that. I don't know. But it does stretch, and when it blocks, it grows like 2 sizes, so I think it'll be fine. Because I used the recommended needles, I did the gauge, and the gauge was bigger, so I made the size down, which is like a 24 to 26 inch bust size. I'm a 30, which is the extra small, so I think it's going to bump me up a size after it blocks. And because it's got such positive ease, and because that's what the gauge told me. I don't know if I'm doing gauge wrong or what's happening, but I'm going to have to work on that because it just looks really small to me. I mean, even though it stretches, I'm a little surprised. I mean, to me, I would have thought this was like up here. So we'll see. So I'm excited about that, but a little confused all at the same time. So I got brand new project bags. I switched out all my Easter ones. I got this one for my this one's actually for my sheer V sweater. It actually has a pocket in here that's the same fabric as the outside. Aggie's bag, see it? And the little pocket in there. So I'm loving that. Took a sweater size bag. And then the Half Moon Tea, I have this adorable little strawberry bag. Just love this. And the inside is like red polka dots. So, really loving that. I picked a summery bag. And I still have my herb bag that Mommy made me for the Ziggy shawl that I'm still working on. That's my next whip. I made good progress on this. I actually got 2 more of the sections done, 1 lace and 1 garter. I'm almost finished this garter, and then I'm going to be moving on to another lace section, and then I'll repeat the garter and lace and it'll be finished. So I've made some progress on that. And so oh yeah, I made progress on the knit along shawl. Done like a whole section of this Sweet Sparrow Shy Violets colorway. So I've done that whole section there. See where my little sky rat is? He shows my progress from, I think, yesterday. I've done a little bit more than that because I think I was down here before, like when we last talked. But yeah, so I've made some progress on this. I hope I'm gonna get going on that because I don't know if I'll finish on time and I really need to. So I really need to like speed knit that one. Spend a whole day maybe knitting it. Such an easy knit. I don't know why I don't go faster. And I have this bag for that. Beautiful flowers. And it's just pink inside with a gray zipper. So I got all the summer bags. Me and Mommy have started our Halloween spooky kind of stitches. So for cross stitching, I have my spooky bag. I think you saw this in the last making update. But I actually started this project, the Witch's Brew. Me and Mommy started that the other day, and I've just started kind of angling out the border. So the border's almost done being stitched. It's actually a really quick stitch because it's over 2 instead of over 1. So the X's are larger, so I stitch like super quick on this one compared to my other one. And when you get to go all the way around in black, it kind of helps because you don't have like 50 color changes to go through. So I started the border on that one. I'm actually still waiting for like my whole order from 123 Stitch. It's been like 10 days and she still hasn't shipped it out. So I don't know what's going on there. I might have to email her, but I still don't have those to start. So I'm still waiting. So I'm not sure if something because of COVID or like what's going on. I might have to ask her. I made some progress on my Victorian house one. I've gotten more of the hedges done. So I did quite a bit of this last night. But again, with all the color changes, this one's a little bit slower. But I think I'm going to keep going across. I originally thought I got bored with the flowery part with the fence. And I thought maybe I'd want to go up, start working up into the castle. But now I kind of think that's a bad idea because then I'd have to switch out. Like I have all my threads on holders for the colors that are at the bottom, and if I start going up I'm gonna need like double that, and it'll be even more colors to learn, and I kind of already know these by heart now, and I think it's easier if I continue to the left and finish the bottom panel in these colors before I get my next batch and go up. So unfortunately I think I'm gonna have to just stay a little bit bored and do the bottom part some more. But honestly, when you see it like start to become finished, you start to get really excited. So maybe it's not that boring. So I will not get bored with the hedges, and I will carry on with that. And I still have my beautiful mountain-esque bag that my mom made me for this. Love that. Aside from that, I'm looking for a project for this Brew-Ha-Ha skein. So originally I brought them over to the house, this house, not Samantha's, because she was in the middle of moving, and I hung them in a doorway to dry on hangers, because they don't dry very well over Samantha's house. And Samantha walked by with a hoodie and pulled a thread of this, like all the way across the room. And this one was actually for you, Marnie. And I had to re-dye one because once that thread pulls, you'd have to reskein it. Like it's impossible to get it to go back around when you already have your figure 8 ties on. So I said, well, okay, I'll reskein it and see how it looks. But it actually comes out looking quite different because it spreads out those darker browns, and it doesn't quite look the same presentation as the other Brew-Ha-Has. So I ended up rescanning it, and then I decided to keep it and make Marnie another one. So that was fine, but I think I'm going to knit with it to see how it knits up. I think the colorway will come out a little bit different since it's been reskeined. So when you have your original colorway, if it's left the way that the dyer sends it to you in the skein and then you cake it up and you knit it, it'll come up in a certain colorway. Now that I've caked it up, reskeined it, and now I'm going to have to cake it up again, it sort of mixes the colors in a different fashion, and I'm not sure it will knit up exactly the same as it would originally would have, like the colors would have fallen a different way. So they may be slightly different, but it'll still show the beautiful colors and what it'll look like. It just might not be, the colors might not lay in the same pooling or colorway that they originally were. But this will look more variegated, I think, which is kind of cool. But I think like if I were to knit off of this, it would look exactly the same as if somebody had caked it up. It might just go in the opposite direction because I rescanned it, which is fine. It'll still show the colorway and be accurate enough. So I'm looking for a project for this. And then, Mom, do you have Samantha's skeins? Samantha's.
What?
Do you have Samantha's wedding skeins?
Oh yeah, where? It's in that yellow bag right there.
The yellow one?
No, not over there, in the basket over there.
Oh, here?
It's that one, I think. Look at it, because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
What did we do with, oh, it's up there. Okay, then we have Samantha's wedding shawl. So I made her what, well, I guess you can't see it that well in here. I'll do a behind the scenes video so you guys, or actually I'll include it in here. It'll be somewhere that you'll be able to see it. But it has like blush pinks and really light violet colors because her wedding color is violet, or like a lilac kind of purple. And so my mom's gonna knit up a birds of the feather shawl. We might both knit on it because it has to be done really quickly. And then I have a mohair skein that I have to cake up for her because she's keeping that just white, so that it looks really sheer. So that's another one that we're doing. Yeah. So besides that, I mean, those are the things I'm working on. I don't have any finished objects this week. Aside from some of my skeins, which you probably saw in the IGTV video. I think these ones are really cool. This is a Kiss in the Dark. I think it came out really cool on an 80/20. Originally it was only in slub, so like seeing it in the 80/20 was pretty neat. I just love how that extra dark pink came up. So really, really pretty. I think I really want to knit with this. It's really calling to me. And then I got to see Summer Lovin' on an 80/20, which I hadn't seen again. Like, I really love this. I still think it's my favorite on slub because the 90% wool takes up, like, it has this vibrancy that, I know this looks super vibrant, but the slub just has this vibrancy that, I guess that extra wool content gives it an extra sheen. But this is really beautiful. So the orange is pretty cool too. Have some yellow in there, all the colors of summer heat. Red, pink, yellow, orange. So love this one. Oh, and I had an issue with the Jersey Blue Crab. It's actually hanging right over there. I made 2 skeins and somebody ordered it on an 80/20. 2 of them actually, 2 different people. And it bled afterwards. So I washed it and the water ran clear. And then afterward, after they dried, they actually, it was coming off on my hands, which never happens, which was weird. So I actually had to re-soak them and then put them back in the dye pot and reset them for 2 hours. I think it's because the way that I dye it, because I've talked to other dyers and they have similar issues where they have to, some of them that are really saturated with colors, because I speckle this all on, the blues and the moss greens and all that. And I think it's just super saturated and it's a blue. Blue tends to run a lot. I've never had the issue in the past, but I don't know, maybe this time it just got a little extra dye on there and it needed extra time. So I put some extra citric acid in there and I reset it today and it ran clear again. So we're going to see what happens when it dries. It didn't come off of my hands anymore after I did the second set and I wrung it out and did all that. So it's drying and we'll see what happens. But I couldn't send it out like that. Like, I touched it and it was like a light blue on my hands. So I don't want anybody to knit with that. But I think it's okay now. But really strange because I've made them quite a bit. I've never had that problem before. But I talked to some other dyers. They said it's pretty normal. So yeah, I just reset it and, you know, did my due diligence to make sure it doesn't run, and I always recommend people wash them in cold water and be careful to put light colors together because things, if they're hand dyed, and they can bleed a tiny bit. I did wash them like 5 times, poured out the water and made sure it ran clear, so I do my part to make sure it's not bleeding, but I think it just needed some extra help this time, so that worked out.
Do it outside or go down on that boardwalk.
Oh, to film stitching?
Yeah, or maybe sit on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
I know the wind might be a problem, but
maybe not.
Yeah, because we can't have a lot of wind or you won't be able to hear us.
Yeah.
I don't know how we get. I know Sharon, because she does a lot of outside stuff. She gets that
fuzzball
that
thing.
has that fuzzball thing.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, because maybe we'll just sit on the porch, or I was even thinking that boardwalk there, like we could go sit.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea with the backdrop of like the bay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And show our stuff. If it's not real windy, we can.
Yeah. There's been days where it's been pretty calm. By the ocean's a different story, but by the bay is not too bad.
What's her name? Paige. She was doing every Tuesday during the summer.
Yeah.
Knitting down the beach. And she'd do 5 or 10 minutes, and that was it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're up for it, I like...
She did it anyway.
I want to do it.
People liked it.
Yeah, how often? It's running on battery.
Oh, we'll plug it in.
I will. There was not an extra plug. How often do we want to do it?
I don't know.
Shouldn't that be bi-weekly? Since we need time to finish things. Although you're flying through things.
I wouldn't say I'm flying.
Have you seen me? I've made barely any progress of this tiny square, and you have like a whole thing done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll have to think
about that.
You had
to die and do things.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Only, yeah, well, yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
Oh, he's got his kill! My cat has this little bunny that he just carries around, and he chose it as his kill. Like, it's his kill. That's what we call it, his kill. Because he drops it at your feet and wants you to be like...
little bunny.
Oh, yeah, it was an expensive bunny. It was originally Coda's.
Yeah.
Do you have your kill? You? He's over there with it.
It's adorable.
Look, he loves to kill it. And he took a particular interest in this bunny.
Water.
What?
How he used to put it in the water when you were in South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, he used to drown things in the dog's water bowl. So each morning I'd wake up, I'd find something killed. Pretend kills. And I looked it up and I was like, why is my cat sticking things in water bowls? And it says, like, they can drown their prey. And he's essentially drowning the stuffed animals.
Look at him. He's
got his kill. He just loves killing it. And we don't know why. And he doesn't do this with any other stuffed animal. Like, he chose this one. Look, he's trying to get it. He's like, cooperate, kill. Yeah, I used to drown it in the water. I'd have... Oh, look, he's trying to get it out of there.
He's funny.
Are you a fierce tiger?
Tell her about walking down to Samantha. We found a real cat with him.
Oh, yeah. So there was a... Sorry, wait, let me... There was a cat with a little tiny baby bunny in its mouth when we walked up to Samantha's house. Yeah, I'm like, kitty. And it just dropped it. And the little thing was just sitting there, like, stunned. And then I walked up to it, and it ran away. Oh. I think the cat was just trying to, like, play with it. I don't know, but we saved a little bunny. I chased the cat off and then made the bunny go under the porch.
Yep.
So.
Crazy.
It's funny, too, that my cat chose a bunny. That's a bunny stuffed animal. They just like to kill bunnies,
like bunnies.
I don't know.
Well, they are fast, and they're fun to chase,
I guess so. My cat likes that one, and it doesn't even move.
I know, and it's not real. Remember when your little bunny, real bunny?
Oh, I know, when after the big bunny. Oh, my God.
The biggest thing in the room. He was dominating it. Or
my cat's just literally sitting there staring at me, you know. Yeah, so we're going to start, what are we calling it? The Seashore Stitchers. So we're going to do a
Floss tube.
Well, I was going to say a cross-stitching podcast.
Yeah, floss tube.
Floss tube. I got to get with the lingo. So we're going to do a floss tube. So I don't know if anybody's interested in cross-stitching, or if you do any cross-stitching, or if you just want to learn, or if you just like to listen to it. But we got immediately hooked. I have major neck pain from trying to stitch for hours.
I've never wanted to do it in my whole life.
Yeah, look, we're using peppermint oil.
Yeah, for our necks.
If you've never used this, you need to use it.
Yeah, it really helps.
Put it on your neck, and it acts like an icy hot patch. I learned this when I was waitressing. Really and I get tension headaches and jaw aches. That's where it's at. Just don't get it in your eyes. You'll regret it. Oh, Mommy cried. Yeah.
It dripped into my eye.
Dripped in her eye.
Sewing.
That's serious. So
crying got it out though.
Yeah, well, that's the point. So we're gonna start a floss tube. We're gonna call it the Seashore Stitchers. And I
think it'll be fun.
I think it's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be me and Mommy, because I don't think that Samantha is interested in stitching, because she's so swamped with her charms right now.
And her kids.
Yeah, and her kids.
Now the cousins are coming. Oh, God.
Yeah, so she declined, which is fine. We're the Woolen women, and then me and Mommy are going to be the Seashore Stitchers pretty soon. So we're going to do all the podcasts, apparently. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun.
And now we're kind of torn. Like, I can't decide whether to knit or stitch.
I know.
It's a real problem.
It is.
I actually feel torn.
We need to knit your
and then I have all these. So I don't know if anybody saw my weekly making update, but I have my dream board. So I got to pick a day to like sit down and actually dye those up. I think Samantha might make some charms to them. I don't know. But I'm coming out with that tonal set. And then I'm working on all my holiday things. So the Advents, the Christmas Advent, and I'm working on the Halloween Advent. And then he jumped up with
it's already messed up.
The cat's after her thread. And then I gotta make minis for the Advents. We have all the colorways for the Christmas one made.
Pass me?
I'm still working on the Halloween one. I know my ideas, but I'm still dyeing them up currently. So I have everything planned out for it, and I've just been executing that slowly. I've been coming up with the little ideas for the goodies. Look, he's going to stare at you while you stitch because he wants that thread.
Oh. And earlier, he's looking for something to do next to a big, giant.
Yeah, my cat hasn't but then he almost tore apart my skein.
Just now,
so this is what happens.
It's so strange. Nothing can dangle.
No, I know. Any danglies. Dangly bits are bad.
Yeah.
He eats them. All right. Well, I think that's it. Those are all my whips. Hopefully by Sunday I'll have some progress made on all of those so I can show you something good for the weekly update. Maybe if I can get there tomorrow, because I don't know. I have to stay in the house when Daddy leaves because Mommy's disabled. She can't be left alone with Pop-Up. So I usually stay while the boys go out grocery shopping. Daddy. Oh, yeah. So update on Daddy. He has torn his bicep. It actually disconnected here. So you actually have a tendon here, and it connects here to the two muscles, or the bone in your elbow, basically. And then you have two connections up here. This one actually snapped when he went to lift something. So he has to have surgery. So there's going to be many sleepless nights for me coming up because I'm going to be all on my own.
He's got one arm now, and it's his left arm, not his dominant.
Is it his... Oh, yeah, so he hurt his right arm. So it's going to get interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Real quick, so...
Hopefully we won't kill him.
Or he doesn't kill us, because it's really. So yeah, he's been a little cranky. And then I got a little cranky because I hadn't slept.
Yeah, it's been rough.
It's been really rough. I stayed up till 6 a.m. with Mommy yesterday. Because I don't know why. He doesn't pee all day.
I'm having trouble
And then
sleeping.
starting at like 3 a.m. he pees like 8 times.
Because you do at night. I do.
What goes on?
I go to bed and an hour later I'm up.
So...
Older people go to the bathroom at night.
Yeah.
And pregnant women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Way it is.
So, yeah. So those are my whips. Keep an eye out for Seashore Stitchers. I'm going to get that YouTube put up. And we were going to try to film, what, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, or one of the nice days that come up. I still don't have my package from 123 Stitch, but we can probably show them like I did on the podcast. And of course we have the Woolen Women every 2 weeks, so lots of filming going on, but it should be fun. I'm excited about it. So keep an eye out for that, and then I'm going to see what I can get done and see if I can stitch a little more tonight while I keep an eye on Pop-Up. So, okay.